I always wanted to be a D1 athlete, and when I was like in middle school, I was just sure I was going to do it. Like, I was just confident in myself.
That was a hard summer. Hard because, I mean, you never want to see your kid hurt.
She works harder than, almost any other athlete. There's not another athlete on campus that's been through the surgeries that she's been through.
Emily was full of energy, and she was very determined. When she was really little, everything she said, it was like, I do it myself, I do it myself. She taught herself how to ride a bike on her own. She just was a very determined, very active, which I'm sure is no surprise, little kid.
I grew up I have two older sisters, and I feel like it was sports all the time with us, which was really fun. So I grew up playing with and against my sisters in every single sport you could, basically. We played basketball, of course, all three of us.
And there were some pretty bad family basketball games out on the blacktop. Very often somebody came in bloody, bruised, or just giving up because they were just super competitive, the three of them.
It was always like a great competitive yet like really loving environment to grow up in. I always wanted to be a D1 athlete, and when I was like in middle school, I was just sure I was going to do it. Like, I was just confident in myself.
She was playing on a couple of teams, but she definitely was more committed to her basketball team over any other. She started concentrating more on that, putting more time into that.
But I probably really realized that it was like a possibility like my sophomore and junior year of high school.
I think her basketball coach kind of sat her down her freshman year and said if it was something she wanted to do. He thought she could definitely do it, but he also encouraged her to put some more time into it. So she did some personal training and started taking more serious, joined a more competitive travel team, so we got to travel all summer.
It was more than just like, I'm gonna do this because I want to. It's like, okay, I can do this. Like, people are telling me I can too, and I'm getting looks. When I came here, I really liked how honest some of the coaches were with me with stuff. They were like, this is what we want from you, this is what's gonna happen, this is the culture we're going. I just like the idea of building, being part of something and building something.
They were great. They were real welcoming. I think we were one of their first official visits, and they did a really good job. The visit was really good. They made us feel at home.
And that was something, and obviously just the academics at Bradley.
Basketball is by far important, but that it was the whole package, not just basketball. That was a hard summer. Hard because, I mean, you never want to see your kid hurt.
Yeah, I figured out I tore my left hip labrum the summer before going into my sophomore year. So that was Jess's first year here.
My first day here was the day she found out that she tore her labrum in her hip. So that was my first conversation with her was, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Jess. I'm your new athletic trainer, and you tore your labrum.
We're gonna go to Chicago and figure it out.
Emily's quite talkative, so I learned a lot about her really quickly. We talked the entire way there and back, and it's about 3.5 hours each way. We just got to know each other really well, and we ended up going almost every week at the beginning there. For about 5 weeks, we went every Wednesday, so it was a lot of time in the car together, just chatting.
That was really good. She's been through everything with me. I'm in 5-6 days a week, used to be 7. Like, I've spent probably more hours with her than almost any other supporting staff.
She works harder than, almost any other athlete. There's not another athlete on campus that's been through the surgeries that she's been through. And a lot of people look at her and they're like, well, if I was you, I would have quit by now. But she always did what she was supposed to do just because she knew at the end she could play again. It was all worth it to watch her play.
She could have hung it up after last year, and I think she just not being able to play in a tournament, she didn't want to leave it like that. And so to her to have her third hip surgery and come back and spend 7 months in rehab, and she's always just itching to try to get Jess. Let me do a little more. Let me do a little more.
When we left the last surgery, the last doctor's office, her last surgery was pretty serious. They did basically everything that they could do without giving her a hip replacement, and we thought that doctor's appointment was just going to be a checkup, and we weren't going to get cleared that day, and she ended up getting cleared to start practicing full. And she ran out of the doctor's office and jumped off the curb and did a heel click, and it was just like, that's why I do my job. It's awesome. It was so fun.
It's kind of a surreal feel sometimes, especially when you're at home and watching her play on TV. I mean, it's just incredible to see that she's stuck with it and worked hard and that she's been competitive at it.
She just means so much to our team. She has so much respect, not only from the players, but from the coaching staff as well.
She's been so positive through all of her injuries.
She's a very hard worker. She's worked through many injuries.
Her coming back to play after her 3rd hip surgery is honestly just shows like how hardworking she is and how much she cares about like this team and everything.
And still was able to fight through and like be there for us on the floor, and I think that plays a great deal for us, and it means a lot that she wants to be there for us that much.
I'm really proud of her. She's worked hard, and it's great to see her out there on the court and being able to play this year, because I honestly didn't know if she could get herself back to playing it this year.
I love watching her play more than anything. It's just super rewarding. Like, that's why I got into athletic training, is she goes through all that, and it's just so motivational and inspiring for me to watch her get through that struggle and play again, and how well she's playing and how well she's moving, and to think that we started off where she couldn't even walk. So it's awesome. I love watching her play.
I would say it was challenging, but it helped me grow in really big ways, and I have like a second family here of people I know I can count on. So it's been pretty great.